Colorado's legislative session is in full swing, but what are the priorities for the Colorado State Senate? Hi, welcome to Comcast Newsmakers. We are here in the halls of the state capitol where the session is in full swing now. As I said, I'm Beverly Weaver, and with me now is Senate President Morgan Carroll. Thanks so much for being with us, Madam President.
Thank you.
Let's begin really with what you see as the priorities. What are the things that you feel as a body the Senate will have to address this year to really get handled? I know there's only so much you can get done in a session.
So building off of last year, we saw some good news. Colorado's the fourth fastest growing jobs in the country. That's been true for a couple years in a row, but we are going to continue to make it a priority for job creation, economic development for the state of Colorado, and there are some important things we can take up this session, whether it's advanced industries, skills training to make sure that people are leaving educated, ready for the jobs in the workforce. Education overall is going to remain a priority. Tuition in Colorado has faced a 600% inflation since 1986. And wages have been flat for nearly 3 decades. So we've got about $1 trillion of debt hanging around students' necks right now around the country. And so what we're doing is adding $100 million of new funds for financial aid, need and merit-based, going to students to help pull down the cost of tuition, and we're putting in a 6% tuition cap. And so the College Affordability Act is going to be a priority for the Senate. And then out of these overall pocketbook issues that people are facing, young moms and dads right now face an average of about $12,000 a year for infant care in Colorado, which is actually more than the average in-state tuition.
Wow.
And so when a parent is having to basically pay for the equivalent of college for daycare per child, and then by the time you get to college and tuition's going up at a rate of 600%, it's really squeezing people's ability to do that. So we have a package of a couple things we're doing on child care issues, the child care assistance program, a child care tax credit, and we're actually trying to streamline how the states work with the counties. All of those things are meant to help people from low to middle income and average Colorado families offset some of that expense of child care. And the other thing we all know, we've been coming into this session on some very unusual flood and fire patterns for the last couple of years, moving from drought to flood. We've had a very aggressive rebuild program for Colorado. The National Guard's been terrific, CDOT, the governor's been terrific. But the reality is we've had a bipartisan disaster recovery commission that's been working with a series of bills that are aimed at helping getting families the help they need when they need it, and to make sure that we're on path, basically on track to recover from all those flood and fires.
Yeah. Does it seem like this year the budget is a little bigger? I know we have some more revenue to work with, but after so many lean years, it's got to be tough to even still parcel out what needs funding.
Very true. So we have had year after year of very deep aggressive cuts, multiple billions of dollars of cuts from basically core services. So with our economic recovery, as we've gone up, it does mean there's a slight uptick from prior years on revenue. That increase of revenue is nowhere close to filling sort of the collective hole we've had in the budget. But this year promises to be a lively year for the budget. And it's a good year for people to weigh in. There's new money in, but there's a lot of competition for limited resources.
Oh, most definitely. All right, Senate President Morgan Carroll, thanks so much for joining us,
Thank you.
Chatting about Senate priorities. And thanks for watching Comcast Newsmakers. I'm Beverly Weaver.